1,000 shillings, and the Central Bank of Kenya says that the 30th of September, which is today, is the last day for that money to be in circulation. And so at least 85% of that money has been returned, meaning that the rest of the 15% is still with Kenyans. So let's talk to our reporter, Brenda Kerubo, who's following up on this story very keenly for us. Brenda Kerubo, good morning. So it means today if I have the old 1,000 note, I cannot use it, because the interesting part is Kenya, the Central Bank of Kenya says that 30th September, which is today, is the last day, but places like, M-Pesa shops, supermarkets, and even shops were saying that, the 26th of September was their last day. So Kenyans are left in a quagmire. What's the way forward?
Good morning, Brenda. Of course, like you said, today is effectively the deadline for using the old 1,000 notes, and you have until midnight to use these specific notes. After that, the new 1,000 banking notes become operational. Of course, they were introduced on the June 1st, that is the Madaraka Day, by the Central Bank Governor Patrick Njoroge. So this is exactly what it means. It means that if you have the old 1,000 note, you may find it difficult, because now, like we are saying, it is the crunch time. This is where we have the last minute people trying to exchange the little bits of money that they have either stashed in their pillow or they have kept at home. So if you have them, well, that may be tricky, because we did see businesses and traders sort of issue warnings starting the mid of September, indicating they will not be able to accept the old monies starting at the end of the month. So Brenda, it will be very difficult affair if you want to exchange your money. We are now at Kencom bus station, where we have been speaking to some of the matatu operators, and they've been telling us they have since stopped taking the old 1,000 notes. They're saying that now they're taking the new ones, and if you have the old ones, well, then you have to look for another place to exchange them. These are just some of the sentiments. And in regards to some of the passengers that we sort of interviewed in relation to this, they did tell us that, well, we did hear the deadline come in quite early. We had a lot of time. 4 months was quite a lot of time. So we sort of prepared ourselves in relation to this. So let's just talk to one of the conductors. Habari yako?
Nzuri.
Hii story ya old 1,000 notes, unachukua ama uchukui?
Hatuchukui.
Uliacha kuchukua tangu lini?
Last week.
Kwa nini?
Hazitumiki. Sasa unajua nikichukua ni kama makaratasi.
Na umepata hata mtu mmoja amekuja kwako passenger mwenye anasema achukua hii?
Sijapata hata mmoja.
Kwa hivyo watu wengi hawana.
Watu wamejipanga.
Sawa sawa. So naye pia hebu tuambie, unachukua hizi 1,000 notes za zamani?
Hapana. Hatuchukui hizo pesa.
Uliona hiyo old 1,000 notes mara ya mwisho lini?
It was last week but one. Niliona.
Na hukuchukua?
Hapana, sikuchukua.
Brenda, just goes to show you just when they actually stopped accepting these old 1,000 notes. They're telling me they no longer accept it. They do not recognize it as a legal tender even now, considering that the deadline is not effective until midnight. These are just some of the matatu operators. We would also like to speak to some of the traders. Let me remind you that some of them actually issued the warnings as early as the beginning of September, indicating that if you want to transact, if you want to buy anything, well, you should come with either other denominations of the 50, 200 or 100, but you shouldn't come with the old 1,000 notes. So we have been speaking to some of them, some of the buyers, and it should be very interesting to get some sentiments in relation to that. Habari yako?
Mzuri sana.
Leo ni siku ya mwisho kwa watu kukua na hizo pesa za old 1,000 notes. Uko nayo?
Mimi sina.
Na mtu akikuja kununua vitu nayo unawaambia aje?
Mimi nawaambia tu miezi yake imepita. Sasa mimi siwezi chukua hiyo. Nachukua tu hii yenye imetokea.
Na hizo zingine, hizo ndogo ndogo?
Hii ndogo ndogo hii ninachukua juu ninajua bado inatumika.
Na sasa ulikuwa na kama pesa ngapi hivi za hizi pesa mzee kabla hii deadline ifike?
Unajua kabla hii deadline ifike mimi sikuwa nashughulika na hizo, na nakuja tu na zile mpya, si zile mzee. Walikuwa kuja na hizi mpya, basi wakuja na mzee naambia sichukui hizo, kujeni na zingine.
Na leo kama deadline, umepata customer mwenye amekuuliza kama anaweza kumbadilishia?
Kumbadilishia leo sijapata customer yote. Leo tu nimepata zile za kawaida, hizi zenye zimetokea.
Asante sana. Brenda, this is just some of the sentiments from the traders, and they are saying that, well, they are not accepting any of the old monies. That's the old 1,000 notes. And incidentally, some of them are telling me that they have not had any of them being given to them. So customers are coming with the new money or the other denominations, the 50 shillings, 100 shillings, and the 200 shillings. Remember, the directive was issued on the June 1st, 2019, when the central bank governor indicated that they have at least 4 months until all the old 1,000 notes are completely phased out. We have knowledge in relation to this indicating that the monies will effectively be shredded once they've come into the CBK institutions, and then, they will be destroyed further. But the directive also indicated how the money exactly will be exchanged. They did say that if you have less than a million of the old 1,000 notes, you should take it to a commercial bank nearest to you. They did also indicate that if you have more than a million shillings, then you should take it to the bank that you usually bank with every day or every month. They also indicated that if you have more than 5 million shillings, well, you should make a date with the Central Bank of Kenya, whereby you should indicate how you got the money, where you got the money, and exactly what you do in relation to getting the money. Brenda, back to you in studio.
Karubo, lastly, what about the old 100 shillings, 50 bob, and 200 shillings? When are we going to use that money, the last day?
Well, Brenda, remember when the CBK governor issued this directive on the Madaraka Day celebrations this year, he did indicate his first priority is the old 1,000 notes. This, of course, he did link to the fact that there's a lot of fake currencies that are being issued in relation to this. He did also say there's a lot of money laundering that occurs because of this, and also financing of terrorism. So those were some of the concerns that were raised by this, indicating that around 83% of the notes that are in circulations are sadly 1,000 notes. So that is why that is why it was its specific target to begin with. But it did also say that the old notes, the 50, the 100, like you're talking about, the 200, the 500, will be slowly phased out. It won't be the 4-month deadline that it was given in relation to the 1,000 notes, but it will be slowly phased out. But altogether, they are effectively looking at doing away with it. But for the old 1,000 notes, he was very particular in indicating that they will be, once they have them, all of them out of circulation, they will shred them and further burn them so that they can effectively destroy them altogether.
Right, Brenda Karubo, thank you. So it's a goodbye 1,000 shillings note by midnight. I hope Kenyans will finally fall in love with the new note, because so many Kenyans are saying they don't like the look of the new note. So it's here to stay with us. So until midnight. Thank you, Brenda Karuba, business reporter. Bring us up to date with that developing story.